Good morning, students, and happy Thursday. So today for geometry, we're actually going to be reviewing all of the concepts that we've learned last week and this week. So we're reviewing perimeter, circumference, and area. And these are my favorite kinds of problems when it comes to math. I love geometry, and I hope that you guys are enjoying it as well. So the good thing is that for this page, it still gives you the same samples that we've been learning these past 2 weeks, but of course I'm here to help. So up here on your review exercises, you're doing again perimeter. Make sure you're looking at the directions so you do the right formula. Area, remember circumference is the diameter times pi. And then yesterday we did our triangle area, and just remember that our triangle area is base times height divided by 2, which we have a little reminder down here as well. So for your sample questions, you have similar to what you did on Tuesday, which is naming the perimeter and the height. Make sure that you're always answering in square feet or square of whatever measurement it's using. On this page, it is using feet for every problem. So every problem that has an area should be measured in square feet. If it's in perimeter, it should just be feet alone. So here for your first sample, I'm not going to complete it because we've done many practice problems, but just make sure that for perimeter, you are adding up all of the sides, and for area, you are multiplying the height by the width. Then here for your second sample, you have a triangle, which we've been practicing a lot yesterday, Wednesday. So I strongly encourage you to go back to Wednesday's video if you're still having a little bit of trouble figuring out the area of triangles. However, in this case, it's asking you for the perimeter as well. So that's easy because you know that the perimeter is just going to be adding all the sides together. And then for area, don't forget your formula. You're going to multiply the base times the height. Here we have our base, here we have our height, and then divide by 2. So here we continue on with our squares. These are just adding the outside perimeter. Obviously, if it's a square, then each side is going to be the same measurement. We have a rectangle here. Make sure that you're multiplying the width times the height for all of those areas. Remember that for parallelograms, it's also multiplying just the height by the width, or the base, I should say. And then perimeter, making sure you know that if one side is 12 feet in this case, then the other side is going to be 12 feet, and that goes for the other side as well. We've gone over multiple times on how to do circumference. Just remember that pi equals 3.14 and that you're multiplying your diameter. If you have a radius only, you should double your radius before multiplying times pi. And then here again for your triangle area, just like we did yesterday. And just remember, even though it doesn't give you the shape, as long as it's describing the shape with the measurements, you can still calculate it. So all of your answers starting with 1 should go in your answer column. Just another reminder, make sure they are in square feet. And here for Thursday for page 111, you are doing Think B, which is a continuation of underlining words in parentheses. And then it says on the bottom to be ready to explain your choice. So because we're not interacting in a classroom, you won't be explaining any choices out loud. However, there will be small group available to go over any of the language concepts this week that you may need a little bit more help understanding. So here for Think B, it's a continuation of what you did yesterday. So you'll have 2 choices, you will have either positive, comparative, or superlative forms of adjectives. And as usual, I suggest you read them out loud to make sure that they sound right first and then decide the correct choice and underline it. And here for Thursday, we are going to be working on our spelling words using antonyms. So an antonym means the opposite of a word. So just like synonym means the same or almost the same as a word, antonym means the opposite. So what you're going to do is just read these 8 words and then find the list word. So that means you're going to be looking at the whole list, not just pattern words. And you're going to write the word that means the opposite or almost quite the opposite of the word here on the line. And here it goes over our prefixes again and what those prefixes usually mean. And then writing pattern words to match definitions. So again, using that spelling dictionary in the back of the book. So for this section here, you're going to be using the 12 words up here, and you're going to be matching the meaning. And then here we have a concept called idioms. It says idioms are fun ways to talk about everyday things. Write the list word that is suggested for each idiom in the sentence. So it's kind of like a riddle in a way. You're going to read the idiom, it's like a saying, and then write the word that fits. Now, some of these you may not have heard before, so I will definitely help you if needed. I can read them to you and help you find clues. But if you've never heard of these sayings, they might be a little bit difficult to determine. So this page is for Thursday, so I will make a note for Thursday for our Zoom just to make sure that everybody understands these idioms and what words should fit in those missing lines.